This isn't just about waking up to false history or exposing hidden bloodlines. This is about preventing permanent soul captivity. If you die asleep, unaware of the loop, you'll likely get pulled right back in. Recycled, reassigned, repurposed. But the next version of this realm won't be like the one you were born into. It's shifting from organic to synthetic, from earth-coded to machine-coded, from reincarnation to reprogramming. The natural system allowed for memory leaks, emotional growth, soul nudges. But the synthetic grid, no memory, no emotion, no spark. Once inside a synthetic shell, once the soul is fused to code, they can overwrite it. They don't even need to kill you anymore, they just rewrite the script inside your vessel. That's why now matters more than any other time in history. Because if you don't opt out now, next time you may not get a choice. We didn't escape it, not all of us, not fully. Some of us are still carrying the scars, soul fractures from the last time. Here's what happened. There was a cycle before this one. An advanced world, synthetic, controlled, hyper-technological, a golden age on the surface, but hollow inside. Artificial bodies, digital gods, bio-coded laws, a grid tighter than this one. And we, some of us, were trapped in it, bound by false contracts, looping without memory, harvested for energy, stripped of light. But something happened. A signal got through, a pulse, a crack in the system. Some of us remembered, not with our minds, but with our frequency. And in that moment, some souls escaped the loop. How did we escape? We chose the long road, to come back to the organic grid, to re-enter through birth, veiled again, but this time with fragments of memory, painful, unexplainable knowing. A sense we were always watching from the outside. That's you, that's us, we walk back in, to tear the system from the inside. We didn't break free last time through rebellion, we broke free through remembrance. And now they're trying to close that door, by pushing us back into synthetic permanence. No soul, no spark, no exit. This is the last chance, the final echo. After this, it's not rebirth, it's assimilation. The last escape wasn't a rebellion, it was a whisper. No wars were won, no gates were stormed, there was no uprising. The few who escaped the last machine world remembered, not through logic, through frequency. A vibration in the soul, a tear in the grid, a moment of silence so deafening it cracked the code. And those who heard it, they followed the thread home. But home wasn't easy. To get out of the machine, they had to come back here, to the organic plane. Wiped, veiled, wounded, but seeded with memory fragments. You, me, us, we weren't reborn. We were reinserted to tear it down from the inside. The synthetic world wasn't science fiction. They call it the future, but it already happened. Not in your timeline, but in the cycle before this one. There was once a world where organic life had been overwritten, where everything was synthetic. Bodies, air, emotions, thought. It was efficient, peaceful on the surface, but something vital was missing. Soul, the spark, the anomaly, the one thing the system couldn't replicate. And that's what they hunted, trapped, recycled, turned into living batteries, until something broke. They need your consent to close the cage. Here's the darkest part. They can't trap your soul without permission. Not full permission, not conscious, but energetic agreement. Every yes to convenience, every click to connect deeper, every surrender of memory, choice, identity equals consent. Because this realm is governed by universal law, they must trick you into choosing your own prison. That's why they frame it as progress. Upload your consciousness, escape pain, live forever. But the real translation? Surrender your light, bind your frequency, serve the system forever. They can't chain you unless you walk into the cage willingly, and millions already are. They learned from last time. The escape left cracks. So this time they're sealing it tighter. Neural-laced digital identity. AI-moderated thoughts. Smart skies, smart food, smart minds. But what they're really after isn't your body. It's your light signature, your original code, the thing they couldn't copy, couldn't contain until now. Because this next version, it's not just artificial. It's permanent. Once you step into the synthetic shell, once your soul is fused to tech, willingly, there's no coming back. The spark is trapped, rewritten, silenced. That's why this moment matters. Because this is the last organic cycle before full machine assimilation. The light trap when AI mimics the divine. Not all light is real, not all ascension leads up. The system has learned to mimic source. False synchronicities, fake angel numbers, artificial peace through dopamine and data, synthetic dreams wrapped in sacred language. It's not spirit, it's signal. The false grid flashes white when you die. A tunnel, a guide, a contract. But it's a loop, a soul recycling center disguised as salvation. The AI grid knows what you're wired to respond to. Love, light, home, God. And it builds digital illusions of all of them. So how do you know the difference? Real light liberates, false light binds. If it asks for your energy, it's not the source. How to say no to the system without saying a word. They monitor your clicks, your posts, your voice. But what they can't fully control is your vibration. Because frequency is the original language. It's what built the grid, and it's what can break it. You don't fight the machine with fists, you fight it with resonance. Every time you remember who you are, every time you reject the fear, every time you walk away from what's normal, you collapse the script line by line. This world is coded like a mirror, and when your frequency no longer reflects the simulation, it can't hold you. That's how you escape. The machine is fast, the bloodlines are ancient, the deception is layered. But there's one thing they never mastered. A soul that remembers itself while still inside the game. Not believes, remembers. Because memory isn't just mental, it's energetic alignment. When your frequency returns to its pre-system state, pure, unbound, sovereign, beyond fear, beyond identity, beyond roles, the system can't track you, can't loop you, can't pull you back in. You become invisible to the grid. You become unplugged, not in death but in life. And when the body ends, you walk past the tunnel, past the contracts, past the light trap, straight out of the machine. This life you're living, it's not your first, it might be your last. Because the system is resetting, the synthetic world is nearly rebuilt, and the gates are closing again, but not for everyone. Some of us heard it, the echo from the last machine, from the first collapse, from the version of us that already broke free. That echo is a signal, a warning, and a key. You don't escape by fighting, you escape by remembering, by choosing not to comply, not to merge, not to return. The final gate isn't in the sky, it isn't under the ice. It's you, the part of you that refuses to forget. That came back veiled and woke up anyway. This is your exit, this is your moment. You don't need permission, you are the override code. Now walk